Hi there, and welcome to another edition here on Bustthenet. These are the Gloucester City Diaries, and yes, we are still hovering just above the relegation zone. We have managed to pick up a few wins, and we managed to get 20 points, or close to it, 21 points actually, and we're still doing okay. And some interesting changes are going to happen to the club today. Well, I'm not used to seeing so many defeats. I I went through a span here. I think I passed the 10 match mark, and that's the longest I think I've ever gone without even winning a match. Uh, we started out okay the season. Watford, a win there, and then we had a big win against Norwich, and then Middlesbrough, and then after that, it all came off the rails. We started leading and then conceding in the 90th minute. The number of matches this happened in, it was depressing, it was disgusting, and I almost smashed the wall behind me. I have a false wall behind me, and I almost punched it. Especially against matches like United, we were leading and they scored in the 90th minute. I mean, come on. We played well, we defended well. West Brom 3-3. Another match, they score in the 83rd minute after we take a 3-goal lead. I mean, we came back. I mean, this was a ding dong match to be honest, but 1-1, 2-1, then we took 3-2 lead, and bam, they score in the 83rd minute. It was a common story. Bournemouth. If I pick any game and it's gonna show the same story. Okay, we take a 2-goal lead here. Okay, 1-1, and then after that we take a 2-1 lead into the half, and they come out and they score. And in some games, literally the equalizer will come in the start of the second half within 5 seconds. they go and get the equalizer. And I was feeling in some of these matches, honestly, truth be told, Tottenham commentary mode. I didn't watch the game. Stoke, I watched the game 2-1, and that was some of these matches I didn't bother watching them. I just was on commentary mode. It was like, okay, I don't want to watch it. I know I'm gonna get hammered. And then came this match against Crystal Palace. This match we needed to win, and we did. And this is the first time this entire season I came back from 1 goal down. And this time, luck was on my side. Yeah, throw in, and they didn't clear the ball properly, and we managed to beat Crystal Palace 2-1. And well, we've also done some interesting things right now. We've managed to bring in a few players during the winter period. We brought this guy in, Kamil Grosicki, for £135,000. Great purchase at the start of the season. However, he came with a bit of his contract has got matched the highest earners clause, and he's on my books for 2 years. So I don't want that. So what I've done is I'm immediately transfer listed this chap, and he's probably going to be pissed because he's helped us with 4 goals. His performances are okay, 6.97. I won't say they're fantastic. Nobody else wanted to play for me, so I was like desperate. I'll take you, match the highest earners. Doesn't really matter to me. Then I was thinking to myself, well, hey, hang on a minute. If I want to get into trouble, match the highest earners clause is one of those that will do you in, especially if an LLM side or a side that's trying to get yourself financially into a good spot. Because he may never play again once I get better players in, but he's always going to be matching the highest earners, and that is going to be a big issue for me when I want to try and sign players. So I'm going to have to try and get rid of him, and if I have to, I just want to dump his sorry ass. So I don't want him around, and well, it's my own fault, but this is there you go, match the highest earners clause. So if any player comes in, he's going to get that. So his contract is going to last at least until June of 2023, which is next year, which is kind of cool. I transfer listed him, and hopefully I can get rid of him because he's going to be 8% of the total wage bill, and I really can't afford that. So we managed to bring in some other players too. We brought in this Naki Wells. Pretty good. He looks pretty good. Okay, 14, acceleration 16, fitness 15, pace 14. So he's pretty fast. He's got decent first touch, passing and penalty. I mean, I'm looking at his passing, and his determination has got good off the ball, and his work rate is 15. So good. we went in and contract info here. Okay, he's also got matched the highest earnest clause. So I cannot run from these guys. They want to sign. I've got to give them this, and I've got to be very careful now. I've got to watch the players that come in. So I'm gonna have to be very, very, careful about giving players the wages. So I'm thinking Naki Wells I'll keep, and he's got a contract that expires in 24, which is, by my reckoning, he's still gonna be in the team for next season. Then I've got Liam Burkett. I've signed him from Charlton. Charlton. This chap was cheap. I think I signed him on a free. 32 years old. I need defensive midfielders who have tackling and decent mentals. So he's got decisions of 14 and 17 and leadership. So we really need somebody in the middle of the park to play a role. And Liam Burkett joins the club. Once again, his contract info at least is not so bad. He's got a loyalty bonus. That's okay. And a goal bonus, well, that can only help. We also signed this youngster, Kareem Mimija. Now, this is interesting signing. Why? Because when I looked at his attributes, I was actually thinking of an inverted wingback. And here he has those attributes that I look for in an inverted wingback. He has composure, he has positioning, he will come back to defend, he will go up, he's got solid natural fitness, he can cross the ball, he can pass the ball, he's got decent first touch. He may not be a standout superstar, but he is definitely better than anybody I have in the club at the moment. Then we signed him for a hefty 4.6 million. Then we've got Sam Johnston. Now we need a keeper, so I went to Cardiff and I raided their first choice keeper. I just pulled him out, and he's now with us. And we need a keeper because Hugo Cato and Ruddy just don't cut it. Those two, it's a comedy of errors in goal at the moment. Finally, when my scouts came up with Abel Collado, now this guy is very young, 21 years old. But look at his attributes at the age of 21. Anticipation 16, bravery 17. Alright, his decisions 14, 12, 14, 14, 14, 17 and 16. Acceleration 15 for a defensive midfielder. It is huge, especially if he's only 21 years old. The moment I saw this, I went, no hesitation. We need him. He's gonna have a hard. It's gonna be quite challenging to fit him into our team in terms of his attitude and stuff. But I reckon it's a small price to pay for him. So these are the players that we have signed in, and we are hoping that they're good enough. I've also put in a bid for Armando Di Blasio. He's one of the other defensive midfielders. The downside about this boy is he's got no acceleration. He's slow off the mark. He doesn't bite into challenges. I have yet to see him bite into a challenge, which is the reason why I don't start him so much. But I've actually made a bid for him because I think that he may make a pretty good squad player. And we've already, he's on loan with us, and I've actually offered him a contract. I approached to sign him, and here we go, waiting for contract stocks to assume. So I've made some contract promises to him, and his contract is running out, so I thought, okay, fine, why not? Here's another player I'm thinking of signing as well, Jonathan Mato. He's alright, he's average. And then I've got another one here. This guy is the one that's really been playing for us, Steven Chierici. Now, okay, decent. These are just decent players, but again, doesn't get so many matches in because I've got other players that I'm looking at. Luke Hyam, who was a 12.75, it cost you £12,000, right? This guy, and he's been absolutely good. He's been playing really well. He's again slow, decent mentals. Okay, he's played quite well. He's he plays like Jack Finch in a manner of speaking. But other than that, Jack Ruddy, transfer status for him is going to be he's now not needed and transfer listed, and that's it. Okay, and sell at any price. Thank you very much. We don't need Jack Ruddy on our books. Some of the other players I've decided, we are gonna let them go at any price. So this is one of those players who's gonna go, and I don't see him fitting into my team. And we have to bounce back. So our first half of the season wasn't very good. So now I have to come back. So the second half of the season, I'm hoping that we can actually move up the table slightly and get away from the relegation zone. So I am actually targeting matches. So matches I really, really have to try and win, where I do my research and my homework and actually save my players for these games. Now, City, probably I'll play on commentary mode. I don't know yet. I mean, it's probably going to be the live com anyway, so I might show the match. Walsall, not going to try very hard in the FA Cup. Swansea is the match I want to try and win. So I'm going to save my players for the Swansea game. Then Aston Villa. These are two matches I want to win. Swansea and Aston Villa. Then after that, I take a break from the game. Maybe let my ass man manage Aston Villa, Liverpool, United. We're going to lose all three. But I'm going to try. No, Aston Villa, there's a chance. But I'll probably give it a go for Liverpool. We are at home. United away, I'm not so sure. Maybe I'll manage them. Everton at home, probably won't bother. Norwich away, we'll manage them. Middlesbrough at home, I'll manage them. But games like Chelsea, I don't want to go through the stress because it's very depressing when you take a two-goal lead and they just come out the gate and they knock you over. So I don't want to stress myself out. Now my best finish for a promoted side in the first season has been 7th. Okay, now I just want to avoid relegation because it's a lot harder now than it was a while back. This time around, unless you're using some kind of a squad, I mean, you're using a scouting tool, I don't see you. I mean, my scouts have limited knowledge, so this is based on what my scouts have come back to me in terms of players. So unless you dig into the database and find all these cheap players who are willing to come to you, that will be the only other way, and I don't do that. And there's something else. Have you noticed? I'm also the Wales manager. Yes, they approached me and I said, why not? So I've taken over. I mean, I've been offered the job at Wales. I haven't really bothered looking at the squad or anything like that, but yeah, I'm just gonna keep it updated here with this save. I'm probably not gonna do a special Wales one unless it's a World Cup. Then maybe there'll be a special World Cup edition. Well, that is gonna. Well, that will have. Well, our international career will have to wait for a while. First, quick update: since we signed those players, we managed to prevent City from walking away with all 3 points for the first time this season. Basically, this is the first time we prevented a top 6 side from taking all 3 points, which is a solid performance. The price, of course, the loss of Nakey Wells, who is a new signing, and now he's not available for the next 4 weeks. That's a bummer. And we also beat Walsall in the FA Cup 2-0. So our run right now, for the first time, I'm undefeated in 3 matches instead of without a win in 11. So that's a pretty nice turn of events. We now have an away fixture against Swansea coming right up. A match we absolutely need to win. And they're playing a 4-2-1-3. It's very annoying when I have to come up against a 4-2-1-3. Now I do know its weaknesses. If it sits back, then it's gonna be a tactic that's not very useful. So it's gotta be played fluid for it to be effective, and it's gotta be attacking. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play counter structured against the tactic, and hopefully I get it right. So we're gonna go counter highly structured, and we're gonna go more direct and pass into space. And we are not going to do anything other than that. We're just gonna watch this game unfold and see whether the decision I made is the correct one. Here we go. Spora to Cataldi. Cataldi. Back to. Oh God, these guys' names are impossible to pronounce. Bishop, thank God for that. Alright, to Cork. Okay, so we're gonna watch how this game unfolds in the first couple of minutes. And action zones show Swansea having the better part of the midfield possession, and the ball has spent quite a lot of time in our half. And we're hoping that we can actually hit them on the break. De Salvatore with the ball. This boy has acceleration in bundles, but he's holding it back. He's not exploding. Mimija back to Hayam, back to Grosicki. Now to Hanks. Hanks to De Salvatore. Cataldi wins the ball. Plays it out to Kostadinov. Kostadinov goes charging down the flanks. Yeah, you can see this is definitely quite fluid. They take a shot, it's blocked. Bishop to take this, puts it in the air. Hanks will clear this easily. And Grosicki, who's finding that he's going to be surplus to needs next season. And I kind of like in a hurry decided, oh, I'm going to transfer this to you because you're matching the highest earners clause. And I realized he's got 1 year left on his contract anyway. So why am I doing that? Just don't extend it. Robertson to Bishop. Back to Robertson. Bishop again. They're taking their time, but that's because they do have enough players in and around the box. Swansea 0, Gloucester 0, Johnston with the goal kick. He's going to launch it. He's looking, he's got no options to play it short, so he's going to launch this up and over to Salvatore, who does ever so well. Grosicki holds the ball back. Olmedo, the youngster, doing very well in training as well. There's a reason why he's playing. Donnelly, ball goes out. De Havilland should read this. Hangs again with the ball. Alright. Plays it out to Cannon. Cannon crosses it to Olmedo. Olmedo shoots, and what a goal from Olmedo. Am I glad I put him in the team today? He has been his training in the last couple of weeks, his attributes have been growing. He played a lot of games at the start of the season, and ever since this new batch of players started showing up, I was deciding to give him a break, let him concentrate on his attribute development. But this was a hell of a strike from the youngster. I've got great hopes for Olmedo for the future. He and Abel Colado, these are going to be the future of the Premiership charge next season. I'm expecting them to lead it. Hanks, and the rest of the players at the moment, well, they are here just to make sure that we survive. Okay, if you look at what has happened, um, Swansea have changed tactics. They've gone into a 3-3-4, which is 3-3-2-2, or 3-3-4. This will leave these pockets of space open, but I have to be very careful of how I attack this team. There is some part of me that says that this is a very good time for me to go to my version of Dafang. So I got Hayam, Olmedo, and Hanks here. So I'll put Hanks here, and this is when I go into the system. And we try and hit them on the break now. Cannon to De Salvatore, to Hanks, back to Grosicki, out wide to De Salvatore, De Salvatore to Hanks. Hanks, can he cut inside? Oh, that was a great cross. Unfortunately, there was nobody there to take the ball. He drops it in again, and Memija, the fullback, gets to the ball. Salvatore shoots. Keeper has to make a save. Grosicki again goes around to pick it up. Memija cycles again, gives it back to Grosicki. And again, it goes into the box, and finally Swansea get the ball away, but only as far as Arthur Hayam. Back to Grosicki. Alright, we have changed to Da Funk, and I'm going to look and see how this system holds out. And we have a corner to defend. Roberts in the box. Johnston, he makes a hash of it. Artillery gives out a penalty. Oh boy. We'll go back to playing the other system that we were using. Alright, Sam Johnson, you gotta save the day against Spora. Anybody who's got a name that reminds me of Spores is not gonna score. And you've done it again. Johnston saves the day. De Salvatore with the ball. We have a chance now to launch another counter attack. Donnelly, Davidson, back to the keeper. I've decided to stick to my 4-3-3 system because, okay, essentially they got three in midfield and three at the back. When I attack, I'll overpower them, so we'll leave it the way it is because we can still isolate the strikers if we can control the midfield. Mamija, Kaladi, and De Havilland reads that, gets it into the box. Donnelly to De Salvatore. De Salvatore strikes it. Ecker gets to that. The young De Salvatore, he's on loan. Again, this is another player I'm thinking of signing, but still a long way to go. Roberts with the ball. Under some pressure, Spora, who missed the penalty, now has a chance to take on Mamija. Mamija does enough, forcing him to pass it back. Robertson from range, he's going to try one. Oh, he gets it to Kostadinov, who shoots, but he's offside. Okay. Looking at the system, now I'm trying to figure out whether they're playing highly structured or whether they are playing fluid. It looks like I'll only be able to really tell when they are in transition and attacking me. So at the moment, I can't really tell what shape they are in. Okay, That's not enough. Goal kick from Sam Johnston. Nicely booted in the direction of Salvatore, who wins the ball. Donnelly now. Quickly they charge. Plays it out wide to Grosicki. Grosicki has a chance. What a ball for Cannon. Cannon inside the box. Crosses it. Almeida shoots again. And Grosicki, what can he do? Lays it up. Donnelly makes it two. Oh, what a quick attack from Swansea. Hey, I'm sorry. I'm so excited. That was Gloucester City. Olmedo, Grosicki. This is good work from the boys. Donnelly making it two. Okay, I'm banking on us being able to hit them through the spaces now. Okay, Sam Johnston with the goal kick again. Goes up. Donnelly hangs, gets it back to Hayam. Hayam into space. Di Salvatore should be offside, but he doesn't get to the ball. Davidson clears that, but why is this Joker so lazy as Grosicki? No wonder. Alright, Grosicki is my Cantona. I swear to God. I don't see him ever going for any, like, he slides in and tries to win a tackle. Spora, we really have to do better defending and winning this ball. Mason, Spora again, back to Cataldi. This is where they are kind of dangerous. Mason, oh, Rosenthal inside the box. It hits the upright, and Johnston makes one save and another. First, the upright saves the day, then Johnston saves us again. It's a, hoping that this guy is going to be a great signing. Sam Johnston, 7.5. Somehow or another, I get a lot more confidence when I have a keeper who knows what he's doing. Hugo Cato is done well, but he needs to spend a fair bit of time training now, developing his attributes. Free kick Cataldi to Bishop, Bishop to Mason. Good defending from De Havilland. Donnelly with the ball finds De Salvatore, then speed demon. There he goes. Off he goes, De Salvatore. Down the flanks he goes, crosses it, hangs inside the box, and Eka is forced into a save. Oh my lord, De Salvatore. We are taking advantage of the fact that there is nobody here. So that's one reason why I went back to my 4-5-1 or the 4-3-3. What are we going to call this? I'm totally confused. I don't know what to call this system. I should now give it a name. Bishop. And who's this? De Havilland. Oh, our defender is totally out of position. And they're offside. Good news. Alright, now we don't have to play pass into space anymore, and we will go shorter passing and retain possession. We are retaining possession, so there won't be any more. There won't be so many through passes or running, attacking spaces, so to speak. Donnelly takes the ball down, so the boys up front are probably going to be a bit more isolated now. But with less than a minute left, I don't see the point of pushing us. And this will be a very, very good start to our January month. De Salvatore. First a point earned from Man City, then three from Swansea, and Walsall falling to us in the FA Cup. I am indeed quite happy with the team. De Salvatore to Hanks, and we're keeping the ball and just winding down the clock. That's a beautiful match. Swansea 0, Gloucester City 2. It's a big win for us as we go up the table. Again, this is the final third. So we were pretty strong in the final third. And look at this. Notice that we also were pretty strong at the back. Ah, very good. In terms of the shots that we created, if I'm looking at the shots, shots off target for Gloucester City. Now, all from range, but the shots that were saved, again, all inside the box. This is what I like to see. Now, when you have shots inside the box, it's a very positive thing, and you should be aiming to get more shots inside the box. Our pass combinations, well, okay, I'm not going to be too thrilled jumping up and down over these pass combinations. Once again, if you were to isolate the goals and look at the pass combinations, it'd be a bit more accurate. This is okay. Just shows how many passes Joe Hanks and the boys in the middle, what kind of a role did they play. As you can see Rory Donnelly, 39 passes. Here, Luke Hyam, 43, played a very big role. Robert Almeida, 40. So the three central midfielders linking up, they had a huge impact on the game. We were recycling possession through the three midfielders, and on the flanks, well, the two fullbacks had a pretty big part in the game as well. So I'm pretty happy with how we played. In terms of the defenders, De Havilland is increasingly showing me that he's a big part of this team. Stephen Atterbury, not so much. He tends to clear the ball a lot. He's not a very good defender. So going forward, I've been deciding which of these two defenders is going to be the long-term defender. It looks more and more increasingly like will the Avalanche, though I'm still not so certain. This is the one thing I'm not certain about my team, is who is going to be the future of this club at the back. So here we are. We have done pretty well. We are now 14th in the Premiership. Man, we have moved off the bottom here. Previously, we were like just near Bournemouth and Middlesbrough, but that 3 points has moved us off the bottom quite far, giving us 7 point buffer between us and the bottom of the table. 25 points. We are 10 points behind 7th place Tottenham. I don't know, the best I've ever done in my first season that I was promoted was a Europa finish. So I finished somewhere in 6th or 5th. I remember that was a long time ago. So if I don't think we can do that, but we can certainly do our best to avoid relegation. Let's worry about that. And 25 points gained January, that's a pretty good start. Our next match of the season is going to be against Aston Villa. So we went from a tepid start to the season. We managed to sign a few players, and since signing those players, look at our performances. Well, Crystal Palace doesn't count. This is the old boys. They won 2-1 against another relegation candidate, and Man City was a draw. So if you look at the new boys playing, well, it's 2 wins. It's undefeated. 2 wins out of 3. That's a pretty damn good start, and both of them away from home. And it's a clean sheet. Two clean sheets in a row. So the new boys are coming good in our matches, and I'm very proud of that. Tactically, we did the perfect thing. One thing I recommend to people, and I recommend this to all the people I coach, is you gotta get used to playing different kinds of systems. In this match, we will play against a 4-2-1-3, and I've used a 4-2-1-3 previously, and I know its strengths and weaknesses. If it's played structured, there's one huge weakness, and that is isolation is gonna happen, and you're not gonna be able to get a lot of control of the final third, because you're gonna be spending a lot of time moving out of your own half into the opponent's half. So what we did was we played counter. Lower risk, but we played highly structured. Highly structured encourages our more attacking players to be even more attacking. So it creates these gaps where they're going to explore. And we were lucky against Swansea. In fact, both our goals were off very, very good counter attacks. And I'm very happy with the way we played and the way we performed. So the next time you want to do something, I recommend making a few tactics of your own. Now I have a book that I've written, and I've written a few tactics, and on my Patron channel, Discord channel, I've uploaded a lot of tactics, and I discuss tactics with everyone as well. Now you can always join the Patron. You can always join us on Patron if you want to keep supporting this channel. Then you get access to the book as well as to our Discord channel. So let me know if you want to be a member. Then all you got to do is visit www.patron.com/Bustthenet, make a contribution. You automatically become part of our Discord group, and we'll try and help you with tactics if we can. Now, having said that, I will also answer any questions that people have. I do answer questions from non-Patron members. It's not exclusively just a Patron. So if you have any questions, please drop me a note on Twitter at Bustthenet or addicted2fm.com, my website. You can also drop me a comment here asking me a question. I'll try and get to that too. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Once again, I'd like to thank all my patrons for encouraging me to do this Gloucester City save. There was no plan on doing England save, and I said that on the Deep Line podcast. I did not plan to do any save in England, but guess what's happened? I'm in England, I have a save. That didn't last long. So thank you very much. So you guys take care, have a good one. Bye bye.